Good afternoon. Today is the Saturday. It's always the Saturday 3 p.m. We get together and to share knowledge. Lately, lots of our clients are experiencing either a difficulty in cash flow or maybe business just in general kind of flat or even went down somehow and they need more cash injection, need more assistance. So we have quite a few people come around asking for loans, but we also have businesses that are doing so great. They're looking for loans for the next phase, the next growing plan that they have. So with all of that, loan is loan. So every time we talk about loan and we, our client would get a lot of things confused, mixed up. So what we are doing today is we will talk to our business folks about loan. So every time you think about loans and what are the things you should consider and how to go about getting it, what kind of government program may be there to help you. So let's just kind of get a good understanding of that. This is our website. You see our website, communitycpa.com, and on our website, and you see our news. So we are just recognized as a top 10 CPA firm that has the best technology in the working. So Accounting Today recognized us for that. And then you also see that we have our branch, Houston, Texas, coming up. In fact, one of our partners is in Houston, working with the construction company to make sure that we present ourselves in Houston professionally, and we are starting our journey in the big metropolitan like Houston. And we also put all our webinars, after we finish the webinar, we actually put them in here. You can find our channel under YouTube channel called Community CPA. And if you subscribe to our channel, you always know what's going on. And if you just search on our channel for things that you might want to know, but you don't know whether we actually talked about it, you can just come in here, type into whatever you think, and click it, you will find our video. We have more than 1,000 videos in the system. All of them are educational. We're not entertainment site, but we are entertaining enough that to make you remember this is what you needed when you do business. So I would say that we are a big time and a business advocate. We want to make sure that our client can do business and do it well. And when they need a loan, we help. When they don't need a loan, we tell them, no, you don't need a loan and you can do it on your own. So with that said, let's go about getting a loan for your business. So what we need to talk about here, and I will kind of guide myself through what I have prepared for you, and we go from there. And this is our firm. About our firm, you know about our firm. Quite a few of you, I can tell, you know our channel and you come on Saturday all the time. And can you imagine that if you are like us, every Saturday 3 p.m. you come to learn this 1 hour, and you give yourself a year, you will be half of accountant. I'm not kidding you. But nothing wrong with being an accountant. Every good businessman and woman are actually a good accountant. So that's our firm. That is the book. The books I wrote, and I am working on the third one is 2 p.m. So I plan to do 4 books, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. And 8 a.m. you start a business, and at 10 a.m. you grow, and at 2 p.m. you expand your business to be bigger than yourself. That is where the loan comes in. And then 6 p.m. you repurpose your life or you retire, right? And people call it retire. And I had heard people telling me about repurpose your life. Yes, I think it is repurpose of my life. And no responsibility disclaimer. It's just to tell you that don't listen to internet all the time and really try to study it on your own. You can hear what we say, but verify it on the internet and with other people you know, and it just make sure that you actually take responsibility of the information you got. So importance for small business of the loan. I will tell you that in my early years career, and I myself is very against loan. And I'm honest for you because in my life, I don't have loan. I don't even buy car with a loan. And the only debt I have in my life was the mortgage for my residence. So I myself is a conservative person. I don't want loan and I don't think it's needed. So I even told some of our clients that, well, you're in your 50s. What are you talking about? You should start paying off all your loans and be done with. And the life goes on, and I've been practice much longer than 2 years, 5 years. We're here 20 years, 30 years. So my view of loan also changes. So nowadays, when I look at small businesses, I recognize the reason why someone need a boost of cash to get going with the business. So it is important for a small business owner or maybe a startup entrepreneur to know whether you need a loan or not. So then you need to understand what is loan, right? Obviously, loan in general is whatever, it doesn't belong to you, but giving to you. And it doesn't belong to you, give to you, so you need to pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, you'll be collected on. Life may be miserable. You may be losing your house. It just depends on how you did the loan, right? So it is important for a small business owner to realize, yes, I need a loan. Then how to get a loan and what kind of risk I have. So that's what we want to talk about. Also tell you what you can do to do it for free, maybe. So the program is not always there, but it is definitely possible to get some help for free. So you may, in here I listed reasons, right? You may be, the loan you may be needed for capital because you want to start up a taxi, a kind of escort company, and you want to do buy vehicles to transport people. You need a capital to buy cars, and you maybe are in the business already but needing more equipment to expand, and you may be having trouble for your cash flow because every things you sell is like $1 million, and you make it, that spend a lot of time to make it, so you need a bridge to come in to help you pay the labor, pay the material. When you sell the product, you can pay that back, right? So cash flow management. And of course, opportunities. Your friend come around, goes, I want to sell half of my business to you. Give me $500,000 and you can be an owner of this wonderful business that is already going on. Opportunities, right? And of course, when you have a loan, you build your credit. If you're paying your loan out properly, then that just means that the other lenders, when they look at your information, they are willing to loan you. So what are the type of loans in business community CPA encounter the most? Okay, so obviously there's all kind of loan. Consumer loans is another kind of loan we don't talk about, which is you go to the consumer loan places, you can put your paycheck, you can get money ahead of time. We're not talking about consumer loan. Those are more individual loans. We're talking about business loans. Business loan means that the loan is made out to your business, not you. But you might be the person responsible to pay it back, but the loan is to your business. So term loans. Term loans, that is just means, you borrow for a certain amount of time, then within the time you're going to pay it back. You borrow lump sum, you pay it back slow, right? And you heard of SBA loan all the time. Small Business Administration is a government entity. This federal government entity and give out loans. They give out loan in two drastically different ways. So one type of loan is only give to the lender. So they partner with the banks. So they say to the banks that go ahead and loan these people money, and I come in to guarantee that if the loan default, and SBA will pay you 90% of the loan value. I'm just giving an example, right? So you understand SBA is kind of the backup for the private capitalist, the banks, right? Then there's other kind of loan. SBA would extend that out directly to small business, to that small business directly, or via certain nonprofit structures. And the most frequent one you hear in Iowa, like the Iowa Business Center, and they have this micro loans, right? You see that on the very bottom of this slide. Those are government funded money. So maybe it's the federal funds goes to the state funded. It could also be the federal funds directly funding you. So SBA loans, as soon as you talk about SBA loan, that's a huge website. It is a lot of information, different kind of loans. Are loans the government controls to promote or help certain area. If you got into disasters, SBA loans standing out their loan to people, borrow this low interest, get yourself recovered. So those are disasters recovery loan. You experienced that from EIDL loan during the COVID time. EIDL loan existed forever. It's not new. They're only new to a lot of people because COVID is everybody's disasters. It's not just in California, right? We have a lot of disaster situations in California, but California's folks knows EIDL loan for a long time. But majority of the people who has never really had a disastrous experience, then you don't have that kind of concept. So EIDL loan is one type of SBA loan. And EIDL loan could directly give to you, and it could also be underwritten with the bank. So you go to the bank, and the bank works with the government, but on your end, they just give you the loan. And a business line of credit is another very useful loan. What that is the bank give you a range. The bank said that I give you $1 million, and you can just use it when you need it. Don't use it to pay it back. So, at Community CPA, we also have a line of credit. So sometimes, and when we run payrolls, and we just don't have enough money in the payroll account, then the line of credit will kick in to put in that money. So as an employee of the company, nobody realized that the money is actually coming from the bank or was coming from line of credit. It's irrelevant for folks, right? So those loans are flexible. And in my own doing, and when I realized that the line of credit was kicked in, then I will try to pay it back right away, because the line of credit is meant to help you for the short time. It's not meant for you to borrow the money and never pay it back. Otherwise, it's become a term loan, right? And equipment finance is another loan that our business people uses a lot, especially if they buy equipment. A lot of times, remember folks, you don't have to do loans from your bank, from your banker, right? You bank at Wells Fargo. That doesn't mean that every loan you do has to be coming out of Wells Fargo. It may be convenient to do that way because you have this relationship with Wells Fargo, but you also could go into this equipment place buying a tractor and from John Deere and using John Deere Financial to do your loan, right? So the people who sell equipment, sell cars, they all have financial arms. So you can actually loan money from there. So you don't have to bring $100,000 to the car dealership. You can just bring $10,000, then borrow $90,000 and have a loan right there. Of course. So those are just popular loan types we know. And then, of course, microloans is an example of small business who borrow like small amount. And then the government subsidized loan are low rate. They're maybe even 2.some% then you can borrow. But then you may be wondering that, Ying, how come I never heard of anybody telling me that? This is why when you needed a loan, as soon as you realize you need a loan and you did your analysis and you're pretty sure you need a loan, and this is where you need to open up that knowledge box and figure out who and where, how you would get the best suitable loans for yourself. All right. So I want to, our next slide is about the steps you take to apply for loans. A lot of times folks are kind of confused. They don't really know where to apply. They went to their bank branch, where they always deposit their cash. And so they go there at the front table, at the front teller, and said, I want a loan. Taylor goes, okay, I'll refer you to a banker, and can you come back in the afternoon? And okay, fine. Our business owner goes back to work. 3 o'clock come in the afternoon, they forgot. And the next day they go, okay, we can have you meet with the banker. Then the banker come up with a list of documents that they need. And our business people immediately pass out. Just cannot do so much. What do you mean by projection? If I know how to project my business, I'm not coming to you anymore. And then I will just project I make $1 million and I don't need a loan. This is literally exactly what my client said. So I totally get it. And, so what we want you to do is when you want to apply for a loan, determine what your needs are. And you can come to places like your CPA firm, or there's also organizations or companies set up to help people to get a loan. But at Community CPA, we are absolutely so good with that because we understand accounting, we understand taxes, we understand when you apply for loans, what you need to do. So we can help you to determine your needs, or you already know what you want, right? Then you want to identify the suitable lender. And I will tell you that it's absolutely true. Not all lenders are the same. And I will explain this to you. Sometimes when you work with the branch, let's say you walk into a bank and the teller and or your account manager are someone you really, really know very well. And he also know you very well. So you say, I want loan. So he starts to apply. And these bankers are not trained to know what should be on the paper to support your loan application. But they are trained to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forms, fill it up. That's how they were trained. The reason they were not trained to know what to do with these forms so you can get a loan, because this is internal control and appropriate due diligence the bank is doing for their customer and their operation. You can imagine that if the person who talked to you knows exactly how bank gonna fund the money, what's gonna happen? And it's very possible this person gonna go around tell you that, just put in a couple $1 million more sales, then you will get the loan. Because I already knew how to calculate. I can tell that you can get a $500,000 loan. I'm exaggerating. It is not a real case I'm citing, but I'm giving you the idea, right? So the bank or the financial institution and or the SEC, they do not want consumer to forge or purposefully presenting their information wrongly. Because they want the integrity in the loan. They want to make sure that when they give you a loan, you actually can pay it back. Not just blow buffaloes at the time, and then later on you don't have money to pay. What can they do? If you don't have money to pay, the bank gonna write off your loan, and maybe they're gonna put on lien on your house. They can't sell your house. You still live there. So there's a very limited things the bank can do to you, really, in reality. And you live in United States of America. We are a civilized commercial landscape. And in this landscape, rules, laws, compliance are everywhere. That is why your prior president can be put in court and be charged because the fraudulent business record, right? So, everyone is equal in front of the law. So we know that there are things they have to follow, including collecting from you. So with that said, I say you find suitable lenders because you want to find lenders that understand you. And I will tell you, this is a real story. This is a real story. And I actually, when we move into United States, in where I am, and there's very few Asian people are actually from the Chinese culture. Some Asian people here are from South Asia. So even though we look the same, but our culture is a little different. And being highly educated, so I'm a little very serious. So I'm really careful in lending. If I borrow money, I'm paying back tomorrow. So that kind of thing. So this is kind of the mentality in a lot of Asian, especially the Chinese with a high education. They are just that kind of mentality. But when they come to borrow money, they are already conservative on their own. But when lender comes in, they meet these people, they don't dress fancy and they don't look right, and they're, speaking broken English, but claiming that they are some IT guys and in the company, oh yeah, their W-2 shows they make $250,000 a year, and they want to borrow money for the primary residence. And it was a difficult decision for the lender because they have never met you. The lender is also people. When they don't have experience with people like you, and even if you are super good and they are not comfortable to extend that loan to you because they know that once you get the loan you don't pay them, what can they do? They give you a hard time, but limited. You can file bankruptcy and go away from everything. And President Trump filed so many bankruptcy and he's still wealthy, right? So really, there's not about a lot of things that lender can do. So for that reason, they got to be personally comfortable to loan you money. With that said, sometimes you need to identify suitable lenders, the lenders who understand you, the lender who understand your business. And if you're in the weird business, the lender had a bad experience with before, and you want to borrow money, just forget about it. So a lot of times but do you really know who is the suitable one? Maybe you don't. But the people who does loan a lot, people like community CPAs people and other CPA firms people, and I think those people who are dealing on the loan application in and out, they know. They know what kind of lender would most likely be more open-minded in what type of loan. Of course. So the third bullet point here is gather necessary document, right? Financial statement, tax returns, business license, registration, article of incorporation, leases, and all of that stuff. Projections, business plan, all of these things are needed to come in. And if you are dizzy with a list of documents, you really is the candidate to find help. And don't try to say that, well, maybe I don't need to do that, I can get the loan. No way. Because the loan officer wants everything to be in writing. So in case you default, they go back to your application to figure out why you default, which part of application wasn't really done properly. They learn from their mistake. So next day, someone like you apply for loan, they won't get it. That is how economy works. And we think that, economy is so big and that nobody notice us. No, we are the one adding on the dominoes. We, one client at a time, we add into the dominoes. So at one point of time, maybe some conclusion is like these type of people are no good for loan. So it will come out. Or this type of people is good for the loan. It will come out. So as a human natural tendency, I am not talking about discrimination. I am absolutely not talking about disadvantaged group of people. I'm just simply talking about human helps human, and we rely on our experience. So for me, we serve a lot of small businesses. So our being is actually charged with experiences that coming from all of you, all of the small business. For that reason, when you relate something to us, we get it. We not only get it, it gets into our skin. We feel it. And that is the kind of suitable lender or service provider you are looking for as a small business. All right. So selecting the right lender and, other than the thing I was talking about is more abstract. Of course, you look at the interest rate, you look at the prepayment terms, you look at the fees. The loan amount determines the fees, right? And you also want to see the speed of funding. How quickly can you do? And also the requirement, what kind of guarantee they want, what kind of collateral they want. And you want to really select the lender from high up there and, knowing they are suitable and then knowing their requirement. And then you make a decision on who you want to borrow money from. Sometimes someone would give you a money, but you may not want it because it is not the money worth of all of these things that you are doing. So, I would simply say that, there is a company out there, I think it's called Cabbage, and they already went bankruptcy. So those people, when they extended loans, I remember one of our clients was getting a loan deal. It was about 14.5%. At that time, the prime rate was 3.5. So it was like such a high loan rate. It is out of proportion. So why are you needing such a high rate loan? Maybe you do. Maybe if we got this loan, you're going to make $14 million. Then of course we don't care about 14.5%. Otherwise, those are rate you want to be thinking whether it's worth of getting. And important risk and responsibility. This is where when you get a loan, you do want to think the worst scenario. So what happens if you borrow the money you can't pay back? And I'm telling you that President Trump is a smart business guy because he knows his risk and responsibilities. So when he organized these loans and when he organized the borrowing, I'm not his accountant, by the way, because I'm not in jail. But I want to tell you that based on what the media says, I sort of understand how his business structure is about. So he limits the risk. So if you have a high risk undertaking and you limit the risk using tax structure and then you borrow and then you do it. If you are successful, great. But if you are not successful, you eliminating the risk outside of you so he can still stay at the 30,000 square footage penthouse. So those are the things that smart people do. And I just want you to know that the risk and responsibility is a calculation. And you do have to calculate. And you don't want to just get a loan, not think about it. No. And if you work your loan process with us and we tell you what is your worst scenario, so that way it would help you. Now, in today's webinar, I also want to introduce to you a program called SSBCI program, and it is specific to Iowa businesses about what I am talking about. But the thing is, we have another webinar several weeks ago. We talk about all the other state SSBCI program. Other than Iowa, we talked about Minnesota and Tennessee, Texas, and California. So if you search our YouTube channel, you can find the programs in the different state. But I want to talk about this one because I want you to understand there is a loan program in here. Small business owners, when you don't have anything, when you just pour in money, but you want to start a small business, there is a program, the government helping you to get your collateral. Basically, if you are, let's say you want to start up a little retail store and need $250,000 to renovate the store. Then you goes to your banker and want you to borrow money. And so your banker goes, well, you don't have anything to do collateral and you want to borrow $250,000. Do you have $250,000 worth of things? You say, no, I live in an apartment. My car still have a car loan. I don't really have any income because I'm counting on this one to make me income. So if you talk like that, then obviously the bank, but as a lender, they can't give you that loan. Because what happens if they give you $250, you blow it up and then don't get anything? Even if you blow it up, you don't pay it back, the bank come back and to haunt you, wanting to get you to pay them, you what? You can file bankruptcy 7 and Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and you walk away, a free man. You don't need to pay. So the bank has a risk to calculate. So the bank said that we can't loan these people and they don't have anything. So the government comes in and goes, hold on to your horses, banks, and we're going to give you the collateral. We give you the cash in your bank account. So you save that in your bank. You can do whatever you want. You can invest that money, loan that money out, whatever. But this is the collateral we're going to pay for this guy. So you can loan that money to this small business. That is the program. And this is one end. The SSBCI program helps the bank, right? The other end, SSBCI will help the small business to be loan ready. So when we say loan ready, it's because when you apply for a loan, you want to set up the store. What's the store gonna do? The store gonna be, teach people how to paint. Okay, now how many people are gonna come to paint? And how much rent you're gonna pay? And then how much revenue you're gonna make? And do you have any? Do you have a price chart? So what is your plan? What is your program? So all of these things are what we call the business plan, right? Business plan. You plan, then you project, and you say that, I'm going to sell membership, $100 a month, and I would imagine myself can get at least 10. Then my rent is only $100. I'm renovating this place to be nice, and then I don't really have any cost because it's just the board, the paint, and a couple things maybe can be done in a couple $100. So I would make money. So those are the things the bank wants to see. So if you have these documents ready, and also come up with your own tax return and your own family, whatever they're asking you, personal financial statement, tax return, and your business plan, and all of these documentations, the bank wants to have so they can loan you. That documentation, SSBCI have a program called the Technical Assistance. And the Community CPA, it is a place where you can get technical assistance. So you can come to Community CPA, says, hey, I want to be loan ready because I want to get a loan, and the lender want this. Can you help us do? And that is what Community CPA is contracted by Iowa State University, is a physical officer for SSBCI. So they actually said to Community CPA that please do the work for them and we will pay you, and you don't need to charge these small business because it's a government funded initiative. So I am here to tell you that you can get yourself loan ready through helps from Community CPA. And we absolutely will get paid, but not by you, but by the effort the federal government is making to help the small business to grow. And I don't want to hide the fact that we are actually getting paid by SSBCI program when we help you, because we want you to be happy for us, because our service is going to get paid, but we also want you to know that you can get a professional service from Community CPA. So these are the two programs SSBCI have. Collateral support program, like I explained to you. The other one is the Manufacturing 4.0. If you have a manufacturer and you want to expand, then there is a program from SSBCI. Your technical support people like Community CPA will get you ready, and then you can apply for the loan. And it is a loan ready program. So it doesn't mean you have to get these two programs. It just means that you are wanting to get a loan, but you want to make yourself ready. So when you say, well, other than writing business plan, financial statement, and what you mean by loan ready? Loan ready means you must have a financial system, right? If you don't even have an accounting system to account your income and expense, how can you be loan ready? You can't. So community CPA can come in to set up your system, make you run properly. Community CPA can come in and to show you how to read financial statement so you can do your own loan packages going forward. So all of these ones, this is the government support that regular citizens are getting. And I want to say that it is up to you to take advantage of that. Okay, and the small business collateral support program, there is a slide to detail all of that, and you can take a picture of this one. Then loan participation program for manufacturing 4.0 investment is another one. And then this slide is about community CPA can help. And not every CPA firm can help, but I'm imagining that if you are a CPA firm, you're so gung-ho about helping community, and you can try to request to be part of the program. I really don't, I can't tell you how to get into that program because I felt that community CPA is picked to do that. It is an honor for us to have that kind of ability to help, and also being recognized to be a company that can help to accomplish this federal charged grand goal to assist small business. I myself, I'm coming from small business, folks. My first year revenue for community CPA back in 1998 was $600 a year revenue. Yes. So now you can add many zeros behind it. That's what we do. And we grow. We grow with our own learning. We grow with time. So I don't worry about people being small because everything started small. So the thing we are concerned is that our small business doesn't know where to go to get that lift so they can go on to the next step. So this is where community CPA, we come in, we help. We actually put in a lot of money and effort to help a nonprofit organization called Immigrant Entrepreneur Summit. We are volunteers to the program, and we are donors to the nonprofit. Community CPA, we give a lot of our feelings to our small business communities to turn that into the support, the real help that we can master, and donate that or work the program and help the federal government to outreach the people that who really need help to grow. So you can see from here that community CPA is working with SSBCI program to provide technical assistance to business to get them loan ready. When you decide you would like to pursue a loan, and you can reach out to us to help. And we will get you qualified for the SSBCI program for the technical assistance. Then we jump on just helping you. And we will tell you how much help we provided you, because that is in turn for you to know that how much that we are already being compensated by the federal government. So it is transparent process, and we just want you to know that the government is using our hands to help you to grow. If you are interested in this, Catherine is your key person. And she comes in small package, but she is powerful. And you talk to Catherine and at communitycpa.com. Just tell her that I want to be qualified for SSBCI Loan Ready program, and I'm interested in one of these two loans or not. And you let us know, and we make it clear for you, and what kind of help we can give you, and what kind of timeline we have to help you, and we're here. All right, final consideration. And getting a loan can significantly improve your operations, allowing you to generate much more income. And in the very beginning of this talk, and I was saying that I used to be a very conservative person. I don't really, I kind of linking borrowing money signifies unsuccessful. I don't think that way anymore. I think I was so very buried with traditional thinking. But one more really weird thought. I was educated when I grew up in China, and my parents, my dad, he used to tell me that whoever eats in the restaurant are not good people. I know when I say that, you'll be like, what? That is because back then in China, and the people who are eating in the restaurant are the people with money. And the majority of the people don't have money. And our family, we never. For my first 19 years in my life, I have never ever gone into the restaurant. I don't even know what restaurant look like. And only when we immigrated to Canada, I start to be exposed to the capitalist country, right? So I start to learn things differently, and right or wrong, and I understand it deeper when I'm getting older. So now I say that loan is one of our necessity tools for our small business to grow faster. You cannot just rely on your penny you save. You do things. If you want something to come up quicker, better, and grandier, and you are looking at borrow money and making that faithful change. So shake away your thought, okay? Eating in the restaurant is absolutely most enjoyable things. My dad teach me many other good values, but this one was very limited to the historical value. So I'll keep that in China. That was still true back in the 60s, so 60s, 70s. And so, with that said, and I say that if you are a small business owner thinking like I was, and change your mind, because the loan will help you. And it is important for business to have a plan for how they will use the money, right? Once you get it. So it is always a good idea to consult with financial advisor or do thorough research before taking on the debt. Okay? So when I say financial advisors, it's us. It's not your life insurance selling person. They are not trained for doing these kind of considerations for you, but you want to make sure that you come to Community CPA to do that. And this is us, the 6 partners we have in our firm. If you go to our website, you can actually click the appointment button. You will see us, and you can book our time. We can meet on video. So that's how we get connected with the rest of the world, right? This is the contact information. Catherine@communitycpa.com. Again, this is her email address, and our website, our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we're heading into 6,000 subscriber. This is an old screenshot, so it's 5.4. I think we're close to 6K. Call 515-288-3188. That is how you get hold of us. We are open 6 days a week. We're not traditional, aren't we? We're open 6 days a week, and our office in Bloomington and our office in Des Moines opens 6 days a week. We are working on Houston. When Houston office is going, it will be 6 days a week as well. I will talk to you soon. I'm so happy you are here with me. I hope you enjoy my webinar. And if you are here at this moment, please subscribe to our channel. Please give me a thumb up. I like to see the thumb up, so that gives me encouragement. I knew that I'm speaking something right to you. I will talk to you again. Bye.